When my house burned down, my family showed up, not be helped but to laugh. Finally, karma touched the trust. My dad looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You brought this on yourself." Some people are just cursed. I just stared back and whispered, "Thanks for showing your true faces." That was 2 years ago, week ago. I took action they were not prepared for. Today they would be filming non-stop screaming. "We have to fix this. Please pick up 2 years ago. My lamp burned down. Actually, a fake electrical fire consumed my house while I was at work. By the time I arrived, all that remained was smoke, rubble, and the distant echo of scenes. I stood in shock, my knees buckling as the realization sank in. Everything on every photo, book, memory was gone. But that was not the worst part. My family showed up not to comfort me, not to offer a hug or a place to stay. They showed up to laugh. They stood across the street, arms folded, smug expression on their faces like they would be waiting for this day their entire lives. My sister muttered something about karma. My mom did not even try to hide her smirk, and my dad, he looked me dead in the eyes, almost satisfied. He said, "I bore it on myself. That some people are just cursed." That I was one of them. In that moment, something set me back, or maybe it finally healed. I realized I had been clinging to the idea of family out of some separate hope they would change or see me or love me the way they claimed to. But they never did, so I just stared at them silent. I didn't cry, I didn't yell. I whispered just loud enough for them to hear. "Thanks for showing your true faces." They laughed again, got in their car, drove off. No one offered me help, no one checked in. That was 3 years ago, last week. I did something they never saw coming, something they never believed I had the nerve or the power to do. And now today they won't stop calling, my phone's being lighting up on non-stop, full of messages that range from desperate to furious. They are screaming at me to fix it, to call back, to undo what I did, but I am not picking up, not surfing. Friends helped where they could. A coworker even let me sleep in disguise for a while. It was not ideal, but it was better than calling my parents or asking sister, who would also laugh at me for losing everything. They did not reach out, of course, not even nonce. I kept my head down, picked up extra shifts, took side gigs, saved every cent I could. Eventually, I escaped together enough to rent a tiny studio and stay over. No furniture, just a mattress and second-hand dishes. But it was mine. In the quiet of those months, I started to see my life differently. I was not the failure they would always painted me as. I was not cursed. I was just the sailor. The one they uploaded their mystery one to because it was easier than looking in the mirror. I began documenting everything, all message, voicemails, photos from holders where they left me out or made cool jokes. I found an old notebook where I would once listed all the time they humiliated me in public, called me names, or they treated me into silence. And then I started talking to lawyer because they heard the thing. Heard the thing, they were not just emotionally abused. Over the years, they had taken things financially, legally. My dad used my name to open a credit card when I was 19. My mom borrowed money from my savings account that never came back. My sister used my social to rent an apartment she touched and built on. I had proof and I finally had the strength to use it. So last week, after 2 years of silence, at first go, I filed fraud reports, turnover documentation, initiated lawsuits, forced credit, declared my name. I sent out notice to my lawyer's office and blocked their numbers, and now they are unrevealing. Now they are calling me non-stop, begging, threatening, crying. But I'm not scared anymore. I'm not their pain. This is just the beginning. Bite up three. The Bosnos had turned from despair to vicious. My sister's voice crushed with rage as she called me a traitor, accused me of tearing the family apart. My mom left message that song between sobbing apologies and the tears that I would regret this. My dad did not bother with pretense. He just said he would drill me like he did not had not already tried. He kept every message, sent them straight to my lawyer. The financial institution moved fast. Accounts were frozen, credit line shut down. My dad's business loan taken out under my name 5 years ago was flagged and suspended pending investigation. My mom's medical credit account, the one she would secretly tied to my identity, got hit too. Debt collectors direct their attention. Turns out they needed me more than I needed them. I never realized just how much of their foundation was built on my back. Then came the letter from the lawyer, a formal request for the family medication. They wanted to talk to the solve this privately. I laughed out loud. They never wanted resolution. They wanted silence. And still, a part of me needed to see them one last time. Not for closer, just to look them in the eye and confirm that I had never imagined it. Quietly, the manipulation they wrote underneath their false smile. So again, we met in a mutual office, white walls and glass tables. They were already seated when I walked in. My dad looked smaller than I remembered. My mom's eyes are bloodshot. My sister trapped her mess against the armrest, looking like she wanted to explode. I sat across from them, calm. No one spoke at fast. Then my dad cleared his throat and said, "Your family, this does not have to go any further." I looked at them, really looked, and realized I didn't feel anything anymore. No anger, no fear, just distance. It already had. I said, "If you beat the match, I just made sure the finalists fit to the right people." Winston shot up from her chair. "You are insane. You're going to ruin us. You ruin yourselves. I just stopped cleaning up your mess." My mom whispered something about forgiveness, but I stood up calm and clear. "You taught me what family is not. That the only lessons I needed." Then I walked outside. The air felt cleaner. I knew the storm was not over yet, but for the first time in my life, I was not stuck in it. I was on holding the umbrella. The meditation failed. Obviously, they did not come for peace. They came to manipulate, to guilt me back into silence. But the part of me, the one that used to flinch at their disappointment, was gone. After that meeting, things escalated fast. My sister tried to rally mutual friends, telling them half truth and crying about how I was destroying the family over all glass. But most people did not buy it. Enough of me in the story. A few even reached out to say they were proud of me. Then came the formal notice investigation open. My dad's business was flagged for multiple irregularities. A lien was placed on his assets. My mom's tax records under review. I didn't even have to lift a finger beyond the first step. Their system took over, and now for once it was on my side. I started to be able in earnest. Not just my fiance's or credit, but myself asset therapy. I slept through the night without nightmares. I bought a desk, a real one, and set up in the sunniest corner of my apartment. I started writing again, something I would stopped doing years ago when my sister told me it was a waste of time. Then one morning I got a letter, not read this time, a quick handwriting note. It was from my cousin, someone I had not seen since we were kids. She said she heard what happened, that she always knew something was wrong in that house, that she believed me. I kept reading it, not because I needed her validation, but because it reminded me I was not crazy, that my story was real. That night, they called again. I did not pick up, but I listened to the busman. It was my dad. He sounded tired, small. I did not don't know what you want from us. He said, "You win. Are you happy?" I did not feel victorious. I felt free because this was never about revenge. It was about truth, about pulling the mask off and showing me the world what it always been underneath. They had taught me pain. I turned it into power. The fire took everything, but in its wake, I found myself, and I was not done yet. One more step, one final message. Then I would finally be done with them for good. A week after their last voicemail, I sent them a letter. No prayer, no lawyer, no tears, just a short typed text delivered by certified mail so I would know we received it. It said, "I don't hate you. I don't wish you harm, but I will never let you near me again. It will be enough. I don't owe you forgiveness and I am not asking for an apology. Consider this the final chapter. We are strangers now. Please stay gone." That was it. No drama, no parting shot, just the truth. I broke the last of their numbers, changed my image, updated my legal name to remove the traces they turn shade. I even got a new number, one they would never have. People always say closure comes with a big emotional moment, but mine came on a quiet morning, drinking coffee by the window, watching the sunlight hit the decks I built with my own hands. No calls, no chores, just space. I moved out of the city not long after. Took a job in a quieter place near the ocean, started mentoring at a shelter. Started trusting people again slowly, cautiously. Sometimes the past tugs at me. This made a song a dream, but it does not harm me like it used to. It does not own me because I survived them. I walked through the fire to it and came out stronger. This time I choose what burned, I choose what reminded me. If you would be following the story and want to see more like it, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are on the road of hitting our 1000 subscriber milestone, and every click helps us grow this amazing community. Your support means everything. So hit that button, drop a comment, and let's reach the goal together.